Let's go. Another sunny day out here in San Diego. Let me turn my mic up a little bit. My headphones up a little bit. Yep. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll turn it up over here. All right. Hello. All right, let's go. We back. Another great Saturday here in San Diego. I'm Louis. I'm the owner of King Credit Services, the #1 rated credit management company in San Diego, top rated in California, also nationwide. So if you need a free consultation now or anytime in the future, you can always just shoot us a DM or give us a call, shoot us a text at 844-689-0199. This is a Financial Freedom Hour, live every day, live every Saturday. Let me turn this down. Live every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. on The Answer. All right, so just give you a quick little summary of what we're going to go over today. Today's topic is just history of credit, and we'll go over the differences between Vantage scores, FICO scores, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to break down history of credit from the earliest origins to modern credit scoring system. So I haven't heard anyone talk about, from when credit really originated. So we're going to take it way back. I'm going to bring it all home in the end, but we're going to take it back, way back. Little history lesson too. So difference between Vantage scores and FICO scores, covering all major FICO models and why lenders use them. Finally, we'll discuss recent credit score regulations, lawsuits, CFPB updates that can impact consumers. There we go. Okay. All right, so starting it off, we do got to give some shout outs. We got Business of the Week. This is Moms Off the Couch. It's a community of moms, new moms, military moms, successful businesses, just a good community for all types of moms to come together. They do events. They originated up in Northern California. So you can follow them on Facebook. It's just Moms Off the Couch. And a couple of my partners, man, Simply Match. I just sent over about 10 to 15 people this morning over to Simply Match. Simply Match, they're a co-signing company. All right, so if you're having troubles, getting approved for a house or, a new apartment or auto loan or anything like that, Simply Match is where you want to go. Simply Match is SIMPLI match.com. SIMPLI match.com. And then also we're going to do Restore Funding. This is my business credit, my funding partner, Restore Funding. The owner over there, Xavier, he's really good. Been with them a couple months now, and he just helps people out. So there are some requirements to get that business credit, though. You can't just go over there with, bad credit and, no deposits, no revenue, nothing like that. They do fund. You can get funded as a new business, but you're gonna, we went over this last week. If you guys want to check out that last episode, you can check us out. Financial Freedom Hour on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. But we went over the business credit stuff last week. So there are a couple of requirements, but the biggest one being, you need good personal credit. All right, let me make sure I'm good over here. Okay, and if you want to sponsor the show, you can just contact me at contact@kingcreditservices.com, contact@kingcreditservices.com. Just shoot me an email. I'll put a little deck, put a little package together for you. Like for my first 5 to 10 sponsors, I am going to be giving you guys a discounted rate. So, go ahead and reach out to contact@kingcreditservices.com if you want to be a sponsor on the show. And that sponsor, you're on the podcast forever. So, if you get a 15-second, 30-second, or a minute slot, we break these lives up into the podcast. So you're on that podcast forever. So it's literally going to be just an endless stream of leads for you. And, my platform has just gotten, grown year after year. All right. So that's just a good opportunity, especially for small businesses. And if you want to follow us, you can follow me at King Credit Services on all platforms. All right. So let's get into it. All right, history of credit. We're taking it way back first, then I'm going to bring it back home. So we're taking it all the way back. All right, ancient credit systems and early lending practices. So I even learned a little something doing my research this week. I just went over some stuff that I kind of forgot, but We're taking it all the way back, 3000 BC, Mesopotamia. All right, I'm a history guy too, so I do like a little bit of history. So I was kind of happy when I seen that. So Mesopotamia is just a ancient civilization. They say that's where mathematics and you know the Egyptians got their health systems and all that stuff from. So you guys can do a quick Google search on Mesopotamia if you get lost. All right, but back then farmers just borrowed seeds and repaid with the harvest. All right, simple barter system. So you know, a farmer would trade seeds for a goat or some whatever they were doing back then, and then once the seeds grew to harvest, that's what they would trade with. All right. And then we're going to fast forward a little bit to 1754 BC. I told you, we're taking it way back. All right. Coda Hammurabi. There were some other codes and stuff with Hammurabi. That's the one where, they believe if you stole something, you wanted to get your, if you stole something, whichever hand you stole that product with, you got that hand cut off. So the Code of Hammurabi has a lot of different stuff, but I didn't even know that this is one of the first lending laws with interest rate caps. It's crazy. All right. And then we're going to fast forward a little bit to ancient Egypt, ancient Rome. All right. They store grain as currency. All right. But then Romans, they're the ones that develop merchant lending contracts. Right. So I learned something that I didn't even know that. All right. Then we're going to fast forward a little bit to medieval Europe. All right. The Medici banking family innovated credit letters. And then England used tally sticks as proof of debt. I told you, we're taking it way back, but we're going to start bringing it home right now. All right. And then in 1800s, 1900s, that's when local store credit was created. All right. Farmers and merchants extended informal credit. All right. The 1920s, department store credit. That's when that started. 1920s. Okay. So that was literally 100 years and some change, 105 years ago. All right. Early charge accounts with Sears and Gulf Oil. Yes, the Sears that you remember the Sears stores. I think they went out of business, but yeah, it all started with department credit. All right, the 1950s credit cards came about. That's just Diners Club cards became the first universal charge card, followed by American Express and Bank AmeriCard. Later Visa after that. All right, so credit cards were established in the 1950s. Man, that's actually crazy. All right, then the birth of credit bureaus and FICO scores. All right, so Equifax was in it was in 1899. Equifax was created. So Equifax is a credit reporting agency. All right, so Equifax 1899, TransUnion was 1968, and then Experian 1996. All right, originally started as a small data collection company before evolving into national credit bureaus. People call them bureaus, but they're actually credit reporting agencies. All right, the 1970, that's when the FCRA was established. All right, Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's kind of the laws that, the credit reporting agencies and lenders and stuff have to abide by. That's that FCRA. So I have mentioned that a couple of times, but that was just established consumer protections and disputing rights. All right, then fast forward to 1989. All right, then this is when the FICO score was actually created. So the credit reporting agencies were created before the actual scores were created. All right, so that should let you know that the actual report, okay, that's what's actually important. All right, the report generates the score, or the profile generates the score. Okay, so and then 1989 intro of FICO scores created by Bill Fair and Earl Isaac. It became an industry standard for assessing credit risk. All right, I think Bill Fair was the engineer, and then Earl Isaac was the mathematician, right? So you need a tech guy, you need a numbers guy, right? So they came together, Bill Fair and Earl Isaac. That's why Fair. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so created by Bill Fair and Earl Isaac. All right. So that's a quick history lesson on on credit. So we took it all the way back to Mesopotamia, 3000 BC, and brought it all the way back home with FICO scores. Okay. So there are some questions. Hold on, let me see. We are live everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Okay, we're live everywhere at TikTok also. So I like taking my questions from TikTok because they're a lot more active over there. He said, "Do we fix credit?" Yes, we fix. We can help you with your credit. Just shoot me a DM. Commercial property good to own. That's kind of off topic, but yeah, if you can own commercial property, yeah, that's definitely something you do want to own if you can get into it. Commercial real estate has been down the last couple of years. I will say that. So you can probably get it super cheap right now if you wanted to go that commercial route. But money's hard to get right now. Lending is just the interest rates right now on any type of lending products are just insane. So you want to be careful. Make sure it's a good deal before you get a mortgage or whatever type of loan you're going to get. Make sure that it's going to be a good deal. All right. So I'm gonna show you guys a King Credit and Kovo ad real quick, and then we'll
King
be
Credit
back.
Services.
Big shout out to King Credit.
King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
Shout out to King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
This is not the longer.
Here at King Credit Services, we believe in changing lives, just like the clients you've seen. With over 150 five-star reviews, we've helped countless people take control of their financial future. Our expert team works to remove inaccurate, outdated, and unverifiable items from your credit report, boosting your score the right way. You'll get a personalized strategy, real results, and a clear path to better credit. Don't let bad credit hold you back. Take the first step today. Schedule your free consultation now.
Imagine a world where building your credit is simple and rewarding. Welcome to Kovo, your partner in financial success. At Kovo, we believe in making your dreams come true. From your first card to your first home and beyond. With no credit check and instant approval, you can start building credit immediately. Enjoy 0% APR and earn 1% on loans. Kovo ensures you get more out of every dollar. Achieve milestones like owning a home faster and smarter with Kovo by your side. Build credit and earn rewards for every step of your journey. Kovo for your card, for your house, for your...
All right, let's go. Let's jump back into it. There were a couple questions on TikTok over that quick little break. Zeke said, how can I improve? So how can you improve your credit score? So that's kind of a general question, but usually in general, it's all about finding inaccuracies. You want to attack those negative and inaccurate accounts on your credit report, right? That's usually the stuff that's anchoring your score down, right? People always look at the score first for some reason, but you need to look at the actual report and the credit profile first. So if you got charge-offs, collections, late payments, repos, bankruptcies, any of that type of stuff, that's what you want to attack first. So as you're disputing, as you're attacking that negative and inaccurate items, you're also going to be adding easy accounts, right? Starter accounts or credit builders. We have those available for you for free if you want those. So you can, and to dispute those accounts, you can do it yourself, right? Or you can hire somebody else to do it. All right. That's pretty much your only two options, right? But if you want us to do it, you can always just shoot me a DM. Wherever you guys are watching at, just shoot me a DM me the word King, and we'll get that call set up. And on TikTok, here, I put the box up for you so you can just click and go. All right, right there. Yep, you can just click that right there. Click that button and just shoot me a DM. Okay. Yep. O'Neal, same thing for you. Tammy on TikTok, how long does it take and how much? So you can go to kingcreditservices.com and check out prices and stuff. If you want to see, like a breakdown, like a video breakdown and everything, you can watch the first pinned video on my TikTok page. It breaks it down right there. And then the price is going to be determined on which plan you want, right? Our most popular plan is that gold plan. That's a monthly. You got the platinum plan. That's kind of our high ticket plan. That's kind of for my VIP people that don't like doing monthly payments. We got our military plan. Okay, so the military plan is very similar to the gold, but it's structured a little bit differently because my military folks, if they're deployed, they need other means of communication, and we have to be careful on which accounts we attack. So that military plan is a little bit different. Then the bad to bankable, that's a new plan for entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur, you want to get your personal credit right while building up, your business credit, that's the plan you want to do. We do have payment plans for we have payment plans for the bad to bankable, and we have payment plans for the platinum plan also. All right. Okay. All right. Last question, Zeke. Last question, Zeke. I see. Good work. What's the most increase you have had? Bro, we've gotten shoot, we've gotten hundreds of inquiries removed on credit reports before. I think the most was probably like 150 something. Yeah, 150 something. So if you're going to attack those inquiries, just make sure they're not attached to an open account. Meaning, let's say I just went out and I got me a new Amex, right? That inquiry you get from Amex, you do not want to go on your credit report or Credit Karma or Experian or wherever you're monitoring your credit. You do not want to dispute that inquiry that's attached to that new account, because this is what the people don't tell you. All right, this is what they don't tell you. When you dispute an inquiry that's attached to an open account, you're running the risk of getting that account closed. All right, think about it from their point of view. Okay, Amex just gave you a new Amex Gold card. Okay, then next day they get something in the mail, or they get a notification from TransUnion saying, hey, this person said that this inquiry was fraudulent and they didn't do it, right? So sometimes Amex, they might get a little upset about that, and they can reach out to you and close your account because you said this inquiry wasn't yours, and that inquiry is attached to an open account. So that's why we always reserve disputing inquiries to accounts that aren't inquiries that aren't attached to open accounts, right? So if it's closed or you got denied or something like that, you can dispute that inquiry. All right, and we actually go through this stuff every single day on my live. I go live twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific time on TikTok. And I try to go live a couple times a week on YouTube and Facebook and all that too. But you can join our free school community. I think it's school is SKOOL. It's that company that Alex Hermosi has been promoting. I think he owns some of it by now. I think it might be his company, but school SKOOL.com/credit for rookies. All right, credit for rookies has like gold. Has our King Credit, our King Credit colors. All right, Valerie. Okay, all right. This is the last one. Okay, this is the last one. Is Credit Karma accurate place to check your credit? So Credit Karma is fine if you're checking just the accounts and activity. All right, when you go on Credit Karma, they tell you what type of score it is. It's a Vantage score, which we're actually about to go over, during this live right now, during this show. So we're literally about to go over that. But there's nothing wrong with Vantage scores except that lenders don't use them. Okay, so if you're using Credit Karma, CreditWise, Credit Sesame, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, they're great for showing your information and activity, but the score is going to be a Vantage score, meaning it's not wrong. It's literally just a different credit score than a FICO score. All right. I said good knowledge. Thank you. All right, let's jump into our segment 2. Let's jump into our second segment. Vantage scores versus FICO. What's the difference? All right. So Vantage scores, they were created in 2006. So that's pretty recent, 9 years ago. All right, Vantage scores created in 2006 by Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion as an alternative to FICO. So after a while, these credit reporting agencies, they got together and said, hey, we have to license out, the FICO. Companies have to pretty much license out that FICO scoring model. That's why those other companies that I mentioned, that's why everyone don't show your FICO score, because it costs. Okay, it costs kind of like a pretty penny too. So that's why all companies don't just show you those FICO scores. Most companies that show you all 3 FICO scores are going to charge you. All right, Experian, you can sign up for Experian and they'll show you your FICO 8 just with Experian for free. But if you want your FICO 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 10T, your FICO auto score is going to have to pay for that. My FICO, you can get it from there. And my clients and my viewers, we use My Score IQ. Wherever you're watching at, if you want to get your FICO score for $1 from my Score IQ, just DM me the word FICO, and I'll make sure I'll send you the link after this live. All right. My people that are listening on the answer, you guys can shoot me a text at 844-689-0199. Just text the word FICO, and I'll have the team send that over. That number again is 844-689-0199. All right. All right, let's jump into it. Okay. So key differences. So there are two different Vantage scores. That 3.0, that's the one that was pretty much created in 2006. They have a 4.0 version now. Or 3.0 was made in 2013. 4.0 was made in 2017. So there's like a newer version. All right. So the ones you see on all the apps like Credit Karma, that's usually a Vantage 3.0 score. All right. But in 2017, they created a Vantage score 4.0. All right. Let's introduce trending data to analyze long-term credit behavior. So it just gave you like a more in-depth analysis of a person's behavior, right? So they can kind of predict, what's going on. They can kind of they can use these scores to kind of predict if you're going to be a good client, if you're going to pay on time, if you're going to be doing chargebacks, right? All this stuff, all this data, right, is used by these algorithms. It's super complicated stuff, but pretty much it all breaks down to they want to find the best people to give their products to. That's what it comes down to. All right. Yeah, you guys can ask your questions. Yep, go ahead and ask your questions. He said, how do I call in? All right, hold on one second. Let me see if I can put this up. There we go. Yeah, lines are open. Yeah, lines are open. 888-344-1170. All right. 888-344-1170. You guys can call in and be live on the air. Okay, if you have a question. All right, so why do Vantage scores seem higher than FICO? Okay, because it includes rent and utility payments if reported, right? And it gives less severe penalties for collections under 250. So those little, collections from AT&T and Sprint for $100, those don't really hurt you that much on that Vantage score side. Okay, why do 90% of lenders use FICO instead of Vantage scores? I think 90%, that's a little low. I would say more 98%, 99%. They use FICO scores over Vantage scores. So FICO has been the industry standard since 1989. All right, so pretty much trustworthy. Okay. Number two, mortgage lenders are required to use FICO scores. So that was a big shift, right? Once mortgage lenders were required to use FICO scoring model, that's when you've seen that big shift to everybody starting to use those FICO scores. What's up, Sasha? What's going on? Number three, FICO's predictive analytics are more reliable. All right, so the FICO analytics are just more reliable than the Vantage analytics. All right, so and Vantage score is mainly used by free credit monitoring sites like Credit Karma, CreditWise, Smart Credit. Okay, so but don't get it twisted though. Just because it's free, don't feel sorry for them. Don't think they're not earning any money or anything. Believe me, they earn a lot of money on the back end, right? Meaning all the products they show you, right? Every time you click, they get a little something. Every time you apply, they get a little something. Every time you get approved, they get a lot of something. Okay, so even if you're denied, they're still getting something. Okay, and they charge these companies to advertise on their platform. So do not feel sorry for these companies. All right, but if you're using strictly, Credit Karma, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, one of these other credit monitoring softwares, use them for the information and the accounts and activity. Do not use them for the score. It's a different credit score. Okay? It's a different credit score. That's how they got me. Right? I told you guys the story many times. Back in 2018, I went to go get a car and I was using Credit Karma. Right? I had like a 620 or 640 or something like that on Credit Karma. But when they used that FICO auto score, I was in the 400s. Okay, so there are going to be discrepancies in the scores, right? Because they're calculated differently. Okay, so just be careful with that. But we're going to go into a quick little commercial break. And right when we come back, we're going to our segment 3. I'll be breaking down the different FICO scoring models for you. All right. See you soon.
Just in case you do want to use the audio, I had it all. Oh no, never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped 1.7% and the Nasdaq Composite climbed 2.6%. Although media helped lead the market after the beauty products retailer reported stronger profit for its latest quarter than analysts expected. Worries have been rising that U.S. consumers may cut back on their spending because of uncertainty around tariffs. The Dow was up 674 points to close at 41,488. The Nasdaq gained 451 to 17,754. The S&P 500 added 117 to 5638. The Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
The Answer San Diego Market Update with Bill Holland.
The market may be oversold after being down sharply last week, but it's being driven by headline news now, not for financials, and that's a bit of a problem. Yet corrections were overdue. From the recent levels at the high, now the question is it overdone? I'll be back. Yeah.
All right, man. We're a little bit more than halfway through the show already. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, there were a couple questions on TikTok that I did want to cover. Sobi on TikTok said, is it best to have multiple credit cards or just one? So eventually you're going to need multiple revolving accounts because you don't want all your utilization heavily dependent on that one card, right? So let's say you got one card and you have an emergency or something. Let's say it's $1,000 credit card. You have an emergency and you spend all 1,000. Your utilization is going to be 100%. Your score is going to plummet, right? But let's say you had 5 cards, 1,000 each, right? So that's $5,000 available credit, right? They say you use one of those, and that's only 20% utilization if you max that out. You see the difference? So you're going to need multiple cards, and just having one card, that's not really that good. Lenders don't really like that either because it looks like you can't, why can't you get more cards? Why can't you get more accounts? Kind of looks a little weird to them. So, and you're going to have a thin credit profile, right? So you ever apply for something and they said, you don't have enough experience with credit, right? That just means that you need some more open accounts. All right. If you guys need easy accounts, you can just DM me the word starter, wherever you're watching at. DM me the word starter, and I'll send you a link. Just a Google Doc, has a couple easy accounts. A lot of my viewers love it. A lot of my clients love it. Got a couple easy accounts on there. Kovo, Credit Strong, Rent Reporters, Rental Karma, Extra Card, Kickoff, right? These easy starter accounts that you can add to your profile, build your profile up, and you don't get hard inquiries from them. Okay? You don't get hard inquiries from them. So, all right, keep the questions coming over there on TikTok. All right, keep them coming over there. And my people on YouTube, and Facebook, I see you guys in here, but not asking any questions. It's all good though. All right, so let's jump into our segment 3, third segment. All right, breaking down the FICO scoring models. All right, so we went over the difference between FICO and Vantage scores, but even when you get into the FICO, going to the FICO side, there's different scoring models, right? So there's different lenders, depending on the industry, they're going to use a different FICO score. All right, so you really gotta make sure y'all paying attention. Make sure you get your pens and pads out on this one. All right, so FICO 8, that's the most widely used one. It's more sensitive to high credit card utilization. So if you're someone, even if you don't have any negatives or no late payments or nothing like that, if you always have high utilization, that FICO 8 is going to be affected more on that high utilization side. All right, so make sure you get all that stuff down. Ignore small collections under $100. So, like I said, those little $50, $80, $90 collections that we get from AT&T, Sprint, and all that, or insurance or something, those don't even affect your FICO 8 score. Or if it does, it barely affects it. Okay. FICO 9. All right, it's newer, but it's not used that much. It's not used as much as the FICO 8. All right, so FICO 9 though, it ignores paid collections entirely. All right, it ignores paid collections entirely. So all those people that reach out and say, hey, I paid the collection, but it's still on my report, blah, blah, blah. If the lender's using a FICO 9 and you pay the collection, then it's cool. It's good with them. Okay. And it includes rental history and the score calculation. Okay. So that's the difference between FICO 8 and FICO 9. FICO 8 is the most widely used. FICO 9 is a newer version, but it's just not used as much. But if the lender's going to use a FICO 9 and you got paid collections, that's the one you want to go with. Okay. FICO 10 and 10T. Okay, these are newer versions of the FICO scoring model. All right, but FICO 10, stricter penalties on higher debt balances. So similar to the FICO 8, if you have high utilization all the time, high balances, it's just not going to like that at all. So it's going to affect your score a lot more. Now, I've talked about the FICO 10T multiple times. All right, and why I don't think it's going to be adapted anywhere. Okay, because it goes on trending data. Okay, so meaning, let's say you're going through your credit struggles or whatever you're going through, and you come over to us and we help you out 3, 6, 9 months, how long ever it takes, right? And then you go to a lender and they're using that FICO 10T. They can see that you had a collection March 2024. You know what I mean? It goes back up to 2 years. So that's why I don't think that FICO 10T is going to be used, because why would I care about what was on your credit a year ago, right? And if I have to go by that, that's just going to eliminate a lot of my clients, right? So I think they're going to stay away from that. I think that FICO 8 is going to be used, it's going to continue to be widely used until they find a new one, FICO 11 that comes out, that might be a little bit different. So, but yeah, it's analyzing credit behavior over time, rewarding borrowers who pay down balances consistently. All right, so now we got some industry-specific FICO scores. Okay, industry-specific FICO scores. Mortgage lenders, they use that FICO 2, 4, or 5. Okay, they're required by, mortgage companies are required to use either FICO 2, 4, or 5. These really, really, if you have a late payment or something, these really, really hurt you. Okay, because you're getting a mortgage, right? So if you're going to pay on time, that's the most important thing to these mortgage lenders, right? So that FICO 2, 4, 5, if you're going to get a house, that's what they're going to use. And remember, you can check all your FICO scores. Just DM me the word starter or text the word starter to 844-689-0199, and we'll send you over the link. It's a free trial for $1, 7-day trial, right? So you check it out, check all your scores. I suggest you keep it, of course, but if you're going to cancel it after that trial, make sure you do it the day before so you don't get charged. All right, I've done a couple free trials in my day, so I know how that goes. All right, so after mortgage FICO scores, we go to auto FICO scores. All right, so when you go get a car, all right, they're not using a regular FICO 2, 4, 5, 8, or 9, right? They're not using the regular one. The FICO auto score is a little bit different because they take all 3, right, and take the middle, right? Some people say the middle, some people say the average, right? So let's say you got a 750, a 700, and a 650. They're going to take that 700. That's what they're going to run with. All right, so that's why it's important to have all your reports looking good. Okay, so if you got a charge off on Experian, but it's not on Equifax and TransUnion, you still need to attack that because it can still come back to hurt you, come back to bite you if you're trying to go get a car loan or something. All right, so that's why we need to stay on top of this stuff. Again, if you guys need your FICO scores, just shoot me a DM me the word FICO, or shoot the word FICO over to 844-689-0199. Okay. Let me see. Credit card FICO scores. So there's bank card scores too. All right. There's a bank card score 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. So that's why sometimes when you apply for a card and you look at let's say you're looking at your FICO 8 on Experian, and then the credit card company, they use the FICO 8. The score is going to be a little bit different, right? Those credit card bank score, the FICO bank card scores, they look at that utilization, right? Because usually if you have high utilization for a long time and you got a large balance on your card, usually what comes next is you trying to skip a payment or not paying it at all. Late payments follow, then the account closes, turns to a charge off, and the charge off gets sold to a collection agency. So those FICO bank card scores really, really look into that utilization. All right. So why do mortgage and auto lenders use different FICO scores. Okay, mortgage lenders want to look at long-term credit history. Okay, they want to see what's going on, like with your history. Okay, auto lenders focus on recent credit behavior, so they're not going to be looking. They don't care about what you did 7 years ago, 5 years ago. They don't care about that, but mortgage lenders do. All right, and credit card lenders assess risky behaviors like maxing out cards, like I just mentioned. So if you recently had a card maxed out, you might want to wait a little bit. That's why sometimes people, they have their accounts maxed out and then they pay them off and then they go apply for something the next month and they get denied. And it still says you have a high balance because it hasn't refreshed internally in the system yet. So if you have high utilization, before you go apply for something, pay it down. You have to wait a billing cycle or two and then go then go apply for whatever you're trying to get. Okay. All right. So let me see. Any questions on here in TikTok? Inbox you. Okay. Okay. They're bad. He said, "Are unsecured loans bad? They can be bad if you choose not to pay them. Okay, or if you get an unsecured loan in this climate right now, the interest rates are just insane. If you have anything less than a 700 with a good profile, they're gonna ding you with those interest rates. So having the unsecured loan itself isn't bad, right? But once you start missing payments, you get a late payment, then it's going to drop you down. So no, unsecured loans are actually good. You need them for your credit mix, but once you start missing payments, that's when they're going to kill you. All right. But another thing, a lot of people they'll pay off a loan, an unsecured loan, and they get upset because they're like, "Hey, I paid this loan off and my score dropped. What's up with that?" It's because anytime you pay off a loan, okay, that account closes. So you no longer get the benefits and payment history of that account. All right. So even though you had it for 5 years, or however long you had it, okay, all that good history is now gone because that account is closed. All right. So you can try to counteract that. If you're going to be paying off a loan, you can counteract it with, getting an authorized user or two. We have a couple of those available also. Just shoot us a text or DM if you're interested in authorized users. But you can also start reporting your rent before you pay off that that loan, right? Rent reporters, rental karma. You can add these. So once they get added, and then you pay off that loan, it kind of balances it out, right? Let's be strategic. Let's be a little smarter this year. Okay? Let's be a little bit smarter this year. Ryan, try to up my limit with my USA card and went from 500 to 600. I'm not laughing at you, Ryan. I'm laughing with you, man. We've all been there. Right? We've all been there. USAA, they're usually perfect limits. But if you're not getting good credit increases, it's due to you're not using that card enough. Right? So if you got a card limit and you're using 25 bucks a month, why should you get credit increase? No point. And if you have a large balance of that card, trying to get a credit increase is not going to work. So use that card. We tried about three months. Spend, $300-400 on it. Pay it down for the statement, of course, show you responsible. Do that for 3-4 months, and then go back and try to get that credit increase. Alright? Or people don't know this also, you can get a reconsideration. So if you get a small limit or if you get denied for a product, you can call them, okay, ask for the reconsideration line. They can manually review your profile, your contract, or application. And sometimes, they can manually put something through. So just because you get denied, you get a small credit increase, don't mean it's over for you. Alright? Yeah, right now, we think Amex cards are actually working 100%. 100%. Alright. The people that got Amex in the chat, type Amex in the chat, okay? Getting that Amex just makes you feel better. Okay? I'm not sure what it is, but especially that you got the metal cards, right? You first start with the metal cards, but you get a bunch of statement credits. Sometimes you just kind of have this, and it just gives you a little pride inside, right? Especially for me, to get all the time without the Amex, and I'm just proud of my Amex. So, yeah, Amex is a good card. Now, make sure you use that statement credit, make sure you use it, for access, which Amex you get. Now, get purchases and start getting reward points and stuff for each Amex, so make sure you do your due diligence before just applying. And don't apply for that is if you got charged off collections, recent late payments, you don't have enough open accounts, do not apply for that list. You want to not even register. Alright, I did that many times too. Alright, so let me go ahead and knock out the rest of these, okay? Number 74, alright, consumer finance, hot topics of the week, alright, CPD, every week, CPD, so, they're back down on medical debt reporting, so starting March 1st, medical collections under 500 aren't supposed to be reported on your credit report, right? So many medical collections are being removed, credit reports removed, medical debt under 500 will not affect credit score. So that's good for some people, but that's also bad for some people because a lot of people didn't know they had collections until it popped up on the credit report. Alright? This is bad because now the collection agencies and debt collectors, they don't know to report it. They can just send a letter or two, you don't respond, boom, they send it over to the court, now you got a judgment, now you need to get your rating fine. So this means we have to have all our accounts, our addresses updated. So any information that they send over, they can't say, you send it to this address, that address, no. This is my only address, y'all didn't send it. If you're lying like that, you catch some violations, we can assist with that too. So if you're getting harassed by a debt collector, if you found a violation or anything like that, using the FDCPA, you can reach out to us and we can definitely help you with that. If we find a violation, if this is the case, we can definitely help you with that. Alright, what's up, man? Alright. Major lawsuit changes. So CFPB first credit bureaus lawsuits against Equifax TransUnion for falsely reporting inaccurate scores to lenders. Now, the new head of the CFPB, well, the big man in charge, all right, President Trump. So he fired the old CEO. We went over this a couple weeks ago too, but he got his new guy in there, and they just stopped all the lawsuits. It looks a little fishy to me, honestly, because how would they even have the the information to even start the lawsuit, right? Why would the lawsuit just get dropped? It's a little stuff going on, but the CFPB, they were there to help consumers out. So as more unfolds, I'll definitely be here to drop some more stuff on that. Settlements may result in consumer refunds. So that's what I was just talking about. So settlements happen when you find a violation and you sue, right? Sue the credit reporting agency, sue Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, or a debt collector, right? A lot of times, if they know there's a violation or if they know they weren't doing what they're supposed to do, a lot of times they'll settle, right? And then that's where you can start getting compensated for them violating your rights, okay? And we're going to go over this in the school community. Probably next week, I'll probably do another Zoom in the school community. School.com/King Credit. School.com/Credit for Rookies. School, SKOOL.com/Credit for Rookies. That's my school community. And we're going to go over some, how to find violations and sue and all that good stuff. All right. Upcoming FICO and Vantage score changes in 2025. New FICO and Vantage score models could become mandatory for mortgage lending. So I think they're trying to force mortgage lenders to use that Vantage 4.0. I think the credit reporting agencies are trying to force them to use it, and but I don't think it's going to happen. And they're also trying to force mortgage lenders to start using not just 2, 4, and 5, but start using that FICO 8. All right, that FICO 8. Did you receive your 8K check from the government? No, haven't received that yet. If they're giving out checks, man, let me know. Somebody don't want their check, you can send it my way. All right. Major banks are tightening lending requirements, requiring higher credit scores for approvals. This ties into what I was talking about earlier about how difficult it is and how expensive money is, right, to get a loan right now. Okay. The banks are increasing their requirements. The requirements were already tough, right? So now you're not going to get away with only having 1 or 2 or 3 open accounts and think you're going to get a loan or a personal loan or auto loan or anything like that. We're going to have to build these profiles up, right? We want 5+ accounts at minimum. And now you don't have to be all credit cards, okay? There's easy starter accounts that you can get. DM me the word starter and I'll send it over to you. Let me put the box up over here on TikTok. There we go. You can click that box there. You can DM me the word FICO for your credit score. DM me the word starter for those easy starter accounts. DM me the word King and set up a free consultation. Or you can go to my link tree. Everything's in there. Or you can go to kingcreditservices.com. Everything's on there too. Okay. So let me scroll up. What did I miss anything here? Did I miss anything here? There was one more I know I missed. Trending consumer finance. Oh, credit card APR increasing, making it borrow. Okay, so credit card APRs are increasing, meaning, you know how they say 18% or 20%. Those are increasing. Okay, so in the midst of all the CFPB stuff, everything that's going on, these companies are still trying to find ways to wiggle and earn more money on you. All right. My man on Facebook. Okay, so he said it's a 30%. What do you think about that 30% utilization? I go over this a lot. That 30% utilization, that was literally created by credit card companies. Think about it. Why would I want my cards to have 30% reporting? That doesn't make sense. I got a $1,000 credit card. Why would I want $300 reporting? So you can earn interest on me on that 30%, right? Once you start following the money, use your common sense. That's the only logical answer, right? That credit card companies, they had to, they pay out dividends for marketing and all that stuff. So they got big pockets, right? So I really do. I can never prove it, but that's the only thing that makes sense. Why would you want 30% utilization on your cards? Get that utilization down to single digits, y'all, meaning do 1 through 9%. Notice I didn't say 0, okay? Because you want to show a little bit of activity on there. A lot of times when people pay their cards down to 0, those cards end up closing due to inactivity, right? We don't want that. Okay, that's not what we want. All right, so that was a great question. He said that 30% utilization. Yeah, so get that utilization down to single digits with 1.9%, and the higher your score gets, right, the better report is, the lower utilization needs to be. All right, and when you're in the 600s, you can get away with the 30 to 20%. Okay. Once you get to the 7s, you need to be in single digits. Once you get to the 8s, if you go from 4% to 8% and you're in 800s, your score is going to drop like 10 points. All right. So you need to have that utilization down to single digits. All right. Let me see. Do I got anything? All right. Yeah. Another shout out to the business of the week. Moms Off the Couch. Follow them on Facebook. Moms Off the Couch. This Moms Helping Moms. They got events going on up in Northern California. Moms Off the Couch. Make sure you follow them on Facebook. Make sure you tell them I sent you over there. And let me see. And a couple of our partners, Simply Match. If you're looking for a co-signer for a house, car, apartment, Simply Match, SIMPLI match.com. SIMPLI match.com. You can check them out. Tell them I sent you. And then lastly, if you're looking for business credit, you're a business, and you want to get those Chase cards, Amex cards, all that good stuff. Yes, you can apply on your own, but when you use a company like Restore Funding, that's my business credit partner. They're able to get your applications manually submitted and get an underwriter to look at it right then and there instead of applying online, letting it go through the algorithm or some random person, right? Those underwriters, those account managers, they can look through your application and for sure get you approved for higher limits, right? That's the main reason is they have relationships with the account managers, underwriters, and you're going to get larger limits when you do it that way. So if you're looking for business credit, just go ahead and reach out to me wherever you're watching from. Shoot me a message, and I'll be the one to respond about the business credit stuff. Make sure y'all follow me on all platforms at King Credit Services. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, remember, if you're a sponsor, your ad gets added to that podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. It's literally everywhere. We're actually got some good reviews going. We're actually starting to do some good numbers. The podcast is brand new, only a couple weeks old, and we're already doing numbers. So it's only going to grow from here. But if you're a sponsor on a show, your 15 second, 30 second, 45 or a minute ad is on there forever. I'm not going to take it off, right? So, let's say the podcast blows up 100 million listeners a month. right, you're going to have 100 million new leads. Okay, so not 100 million leads, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, so a percentage of those leads will go to you. It's just easy way, easy promo. All right, and if there's any new businesses out there, you want to be business of the week, like Mom's Off the Couch, just shoot me a DM, and I'll make sure I'll shoot you the application and everything, and we can get that going too. And if you're struggling with credit, you need a free consultation, you want to work with my company, you want to work with my team, you can go to kingcreditservices.com, go to consumer services, check out all the plans there, or you can shoot us a call at 844-689-0199. All right, 844-689-0199. Okay. And that's all I got for you guys today. We'll be back Saturday. I'm here every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. on The Answer. I'm Lewis. I'm your host, Financial Freedom Hour, and also the owner of King Credit Services. So thanks for rocking with me. I will see you guys next week. All my viewers on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, y'all can stay on. And everybody that's live, I will talk to you guys next week. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon. Peace.
At lightning speed. Millions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse. Executive orders, new policies, promises kept. It's hard to keep up until now. Subscribe.
All right, y'all.